Okay, so who should you name as your healthcare surrogate or maybe healthcare power of attorney, healthcare agent? Basically, in the form that we do here in Florida, we're generally going to call it a designation of healthcare surrogate or some version of that. And what that is that's the document that you're going to name one or two people, maybe three people who can make medical decisions on your behalf if you're unable to do so. So this is, jokingly, we say, this is not, you go to the house, or excuse me, you go to the doctor with your spouse and they're upset with you and you've got a minor headache and he or she tells the doctor, hey, I'm their power of attorney, I'm their healthcare surrogate, pull the plug, that sort of thing. No, this is, you're incapacitated, you're unable to make medical decisions for you, for yourself, and the doctor, the physician, he or she needs to communicate with somebody to kind of find out what type of medical treatment do you want, what type of medical care do you want, end of life wishes, all that sort of stuff. So really, bad situation sort of thing. It's the last resort that this form comes in. So who do you name? Now, most people are probably going to choose their spouse just because that's, they trust their spouse, that's most common. And then they might name a child after that, which is fine. What we generally recommend, depending on your age, right? If you're, a little bit further up there on age or your health is not as good, you probably don't want to pick somebody who's older than you because they might pass away before you do, or they might end up being incapacitated and unable to make medical decisions for themselves, let alone for you. The other thing is, think about proximity. Do you live in Florida, but your kid lives in California? Well, as a practical matter, that might be a little bit difficult for him or her to jump on the plane right away and meet with a doctor. So just some things to consider when you're preparing these forms. Make sure you're discussing with your attorney, hey, I know I'm closest with this son, but he or she lives in another state. Does it make sense to name them, or should I name this child? There's a bunch of factors that are going to go in, but definitely not a decision you want to take lightly. Think about it and just make sure it's somebody that you trust, because obviously this is a powerful document, powerful thing that's going to come into play. So just make sure that you believe they have your best interests at heart.